it's completely like refurbished and everything's got a lot of work done.
All right, here we go. Chapter 1-5, solving inequalities. What is an inequality? Statement where the right and left hand sides are not equal. Right there, that's what an inequality is. It does not have the equal sign. So an inequality statement, if it doesn't have an equal sign, what does it have? Not equal to, less than, strictly greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Nothing you guys haven't seen before. You've been doing this since Algebra 1. Closed dot means the numbers are solutions to the problem. Means it's allowed to equal it. Open dot means the number is not a solution to the problem. Okay, what symbols would I use for closed dot? Meaning it's allowed to be that value. I had a whole list. So which one goes for the closed dot? Less than or equal to and greater than or equal to symbols go here. Does that make sense? Which means the open dot goes for what? Not equal to, less than, and strictly greater than. Do we understand that? Now, an example of what I'm talking about here is, let's say x is greater than 3. Greater than or equal to. All I want you to do is put 3 on the number line. And since it's greater than or equal to, it's a closed dot, which means I'm going to put, physically, you're going to see the closed dot at 3. In which direction am I going to shade? It says x is greater than or equal to. What do I put on my number line? 2, and it's going to be an open dot. And which direction am I going to shade that are all the values less than 2? To the left. Okay. Now here's another one. X cannot equal 5. X cannot equal 5 means what do I put on the number line? 5, and you're going to put an open dot at 5 because it cannot be 5. But if it cannot be 5, what can it be? Anything else. So where do I shade? I'm going to shade every place against the number line except for the value 5. Do we see that, yes or no? Does that make sense? We all understand how to graph them and what I'm talking about. Excellent. Okay, most important rule when doing inequalities. I cannot stress this enough. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. When you multiply or divide. Have to do, then the answers that you're going to get are going to be true answers. Because don't we like things to be a true statement? If someone's talking to you, you want everything that comes out of their mouth to be a true statement, correct? You don't like it when it lies to you, when anybody lies to you, right? It's the same thing on a math problem. Whenever you get answers that are false, those are unworkable answers. They will not make the statement true, which means it's not an actual answer. If you're going to do a math problem, you want to find all the answers that make the statement a true statement, correct? That's why you have to flip the problem, or the inequalities, and I'll show you why here. Example, negative 2x plus 4 is less than 8. Negative 2x plus 4 is less than 8. So we're going to pretend that the inequality symbol is an equal sign. So if we're going to pretend that, just like you pretend that you clean your room, right? What would we do first? We would subtract 4 from both sides. So this is negative 2x is less than 4. Now, why did I not flip the sign? Because I only subtracted. I did not multiply or divide by a negative number. I subtracted 4. Please, please, please get that in your head. Now, what do I do? That's a true statement. And we want true answers, right? Now, if we would not have flipped the sign would have read what? X is less than negative 2. So give me a value less than negative 2. Negative 10. So now, negative 2 times negative 10 plus 4 is going to be 20 plus 4, which is 24. Is 24 less than 8? No. That's a false statement. So do you understand if I did not flip the sign, I would have ended up with all solutions that were false. And that's not what I want. Do we all understand this now? Yes or no? Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that very, very much. Moving right along. There we go. Smallest r, which would be? So I'm going to subtract r from both sides. So that gives me negative 30. Do I flip the sign? Nope. 42 plus 2r. We're all copying down these notes, right? We're not on a vacation day today, right? You done all right? Now what do I do? Subtract 42. Now, do I flip the sign? No, because I did not divide by a negative number. Now what? Divide by 2, and what is negative 72 divided by 2? Negative 36. Do I flip the sign? No, is equal to R. Now,
why don't you flip the sign divide by positive?
because when you divide by a positive number, it still gives you the same true statement that you want.
But if you divide by negative,
It will give you the false statement. Okay? All right. Now, many of us do not like to read this. Do we see that? Okay. Makes it so much easier for you if you constantly have your variable on the left-hand side. Any questions on what I just said? Exceeded. Moving right along. Okay. What do I do?
you can get rid of the
You can get rid of the fraction. That fraction's kind of nasty to look at, so how do I do that? Multiply by 3. So, 3 divided by 3. 1. Do I need the negative 1? Yes, you have to bring the negative 1 down. Do I flip the sign? Absolutely not. And then 11 divided by, or I should say 3 divided by 3 is 1, and just bring down the 11 because it's the only thing that's even. What do I do now? Distribute. So that gives me negative n plus 5 is greater than 11. Subtract 5. Next, we have compound inequalities. Compound inequalities. Any inequality that has the word and or in it. Has an and or an or in it. And now that's bugging me because now I understand why I had the way I had it before. Okay, I'm going to edit this one more time.